Okay, I'm going to do another comparison test here. I've got a square tab on edge and a clad quarter. Now, people need to really pay attention to this test, and believe it or not, if you're an Equinox runner, you definitely want to watch this, okay? Because this will make you a better user of your Equinox passively, okay? Now, a little backstory here. I took the deus 2 with a 9-inch call to this old church. Had an elevated sidewalk about that high. And I went down it like this, sweeping the deus 2. And I found 2 high conductive coins up against that thing. Okay? And I'd been in there with Equinox, Etrac, and I never dug them, okay? This is sort of a controlled site, by the way. And then I was in another site around this tree where an old house stood with a deus 2 with a 9-inch call, and I dug a junk ring that was reading high conductive. And I'd been in that area before with a Equinox. So anyway, without any further ado, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coming from this direction here, approaching this target. And I'm going to get the edge of the call, front edge of the call, out over that quarter right there. And let's watch what these detectors do. And I've got the Etrac out here even, okay? And this, believe it or not, shows a weakness with the Etrac as well, okay? So you might be even a better user of the Etrac, meaning you might realize it has a limitation here, okay? There could be a high conductive coin or even a silver ring. You would never know it was there. Okay, so we got the old Equinox here. We're going to just leave it in part 1, but I am going to check it in 4 kilohertz, okay? So I'm in multi-frequency. It's at speed 6. Now I'm up here behind the tab, okay, and I'm getting 14. I'm going to keep advancing the call about 1 inch away. So I've got the edge of that call now out over that quarter. And you see that meter? Look at there. 18 occasionally, but a lot of 15s and a lot. Now I'm going to keep advancing the call. So now I start getting high conductive reading, but the call has to be about that far past the far edge of that quarter. Actually, it's got to be about that far, okay? Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 4 kilohertz now and watch the difference here. Now, I didn't run 4 kilohertz in that church side or at that old house side. So I start getting higher ID a little sooner. Now I've got it flush with the core of the call. So I get 22 through 24 in the meter, okay? So we're going to turn this baby here off. And next up is the mighty Etrac. Now, these are all good machines, okay? This is not the dog machine. This is to show differences that I'm seeing, okay? We have a new multi-frequency detector in the ball game now, boys. And you know what? I'm trying to find out what makes it tick, okay? And I think I've already figured out why I found some of the things I found. Now, this screen's hard to see. No tricks. I've got the 28 and below disc out on the right side in that screen there, okay? And I'm going to call off, and you can hear this machine, the variability set up on it. You know, you'll hear that quarter. Okay, now, I guess I better do a noise cancel on this thing. This thing's got a slow noise cancel process compared to these newer detectors. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, now the call is back here behind the tab now. I'm about 1 inch above the tab. I've got a 14 conductive number, which is understandable. Now, I'm going to run this coil out flush with that quarter. It's hard to get this thing to report ID real fast. So I got 27 in the meter of that machine, okay? See that? 26, 27. I'm going to push the coil forward a little more. See there? Now I'm about that far past the edge of that quarter with that coil. And I get a 46 in the window, okay? So if that quarter was laying up against a sidewalk, elevated, see, you have coil height trying to come the other way with it. And you know, with a Masker 3D, you know, it plays with the detector more. You know, the higher the non-ferrous is above a high conductive coin, a low conductor, okay? So I'm going to turn this machine off. Now, we're only going to look at this deus 2 in the fast program, and that's what I was using with the 9-inch coil when I found those 3 items I mentioned earlier in this video. Okay. Now, mixed in the fast program, I'll change the tones to full tones because that pitch program drives me crazy sometimes. Okay, now I'm back here behind the tab. I'll blow this ID up so you can see it. I've got the sun to my back. It's bright. It's supposed to be hot here today. Okay, now I'm behind the tab. Maybe you see that in that camera there. 67. Okay, now I'm going to advance the coil flush with that quarter. See that ID coming in there? 88. See it there? Look at that. That's about 1 inch above that tab. I'm trying to watch this meter. Look at that. 88, 90, okay? Now I'm going to bring the coil on out a little farther. All right, I'm going to back it up. So I'm getting mid to high 80s reading when this coil is flush with the far edge of that quarter, unlike those 2 machines there. Now, I'm not going to check this machine in 4 kilohertz or a lower frequency, but this is a multi-frequency program, and this is not even the higher. This is not even the higher frequency, you know, multi-frequency program on this detector, which I would suspect the park program would do even better. And so would the deep high conductor, okay? I just thought I would share this, okay?